Okay, back on the trail, 500 miles down. I got about 2 weeks until I'm turning 40 while on the trail. It's all good. My goal for today is Christmas is supposedly about 12 miles ahead. So I'm gonna try and get there, pick up a mail package before 5, and then hopefully get a little bit further. I now have 3 or 4 days of food on me, so I no longer need to resupply at Christmas. So I'm gonna try and push on to Oviedo. Turkish was nice enough to come pick me up this morning and bring me back to the trail. He's just an awesome guy. He's doing the FT with Warrior Expeditions next year, and I can't wait to follow him and see all this stuff again and see how it changes year to year. Also, after that dog incident I had during the road walk and hearing about several others, I decided I'm gonna go ahead and get some pepper spray. I've been having a hard time finding it, but somebody up about 100 miles north was nice enough to order some, and he's gonna bring it to me, so that'll be a relief at least. At least I'll have something, even if I don't have to use it. Because there's another hiker out here named Daisy who actually got chased by 3 of them and had to spray a dog. And that promptly wiped it off, came back at her, and she had to spray it again. Again, I'm not that worried about the gators, not that worried about the bears or the snakes. Those things you can kind of predict. The feral dogs or the people like sicking dogs on hikers in the rural areas, that worries me more. So much nicer. So I was so hungry when I got to the hotel, for hot real food. I ordered a massive pizza and then 2 sandwiches and a salad. I ended up getting way more than I actually needed. So I'm actually carrying 2 full-on subs in the back of my pack, which will be nice to eat for the next day or 2. The bummer is there's 2 other hikers that I'm pretty sure were staying in the hotel. Turns out I didn't have their contact information. Otherwise, I would have offered to share some pizza with them. Ah, well. Oh, man. Not my lovely dry socks and clean feet. Well, it looks like I'm about through this section of Tassahatchee, or however you pronounce that. I really do apologize for butchering all the names out here. So I have to make a quick pit stop in Christmas to pick up some blister tape at the post office, and then I'm hoping to get a couple of more miles down the trail. So I arrived in Christmas, and I've got 4 miles round trip and sideways miles off trail to get to the post office and back. Kind of tempted to hitch, but seems like such a short walk for the hassle. On the plus side, there was a chance for a non-sulfury water stop. All that for a little blister tape. I love this stuff, works great for me. I really thought I was going to run out a week or 2 ago when I was having the bad foot issues. Now I have about half a roll left. Oh well. So I was really, really tempted to stay at that church by the post office. I briefly talked to Pastor Ken and just got a really good vibe off that, reading the comments on gut hooks. I just couldn't bring myself to stop at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, after a hotel night when I'm still feeling good. So I'm walking the 2 miles back up the road to the RV park, get back on trail and see how far I can get before the sun goes down at 6. Road donuts. Much better. Away from the traffic again. Hey, backpacker camp. Also, if you can hear that plane in the background, it has been literally buzzing around all day. I don't know what's going on up there. Well, that's downright pretty. Also, per gut hooks, it's treated sewage water. So, yeah, I think I'll just stick with what I got, huh? Why do I get the impression that certain people with guns do not care for hikers right here? So it's getting a little muddy through here, which is slowing me down, which is kind of unfortunate because it's 5:40 and I really want to reach that campsite up ahead. I'm pretty much ready to be done for the day. Oh well. Okay, so I'm sitting here at Fern Camp, which means I made it about 19.5 miles today, which does not count the 4-mile round trip to get to the post office. So, not a bad day overall. So yesterday was a really good day considering I left town at a decent hour and I got coffee and breakfast and everything. However, by the end of the day, I'd done, in the low 20s somewhere, and an old friend from the PCT seems to be back. I had sweat rash issues on my back, so that was something I never really figured out how to cure on the PCT. I just managed it, so I'm just going to do what I can do and see what happens. Seems like it's always something out here, So if everything goes well today, I think I'm going to take the last campsite before getting into Oviedo, and then that'd probably put me around Lake Mary in a hotel the following night. And then I'm through the big town section. Well, the latest town section. So this is the first time I've tried the video log thing. Normally, for the last decade or so, I'd blog stuff on my website, firstchurchofdamascus.com, which I really enjoyed, but typically I'd spend a couple of days when I got home making the post, putting all the pictures together, stuff like that, post it, and crickets. I'd see some occasional hits on my website, and I'd feel pretty good when a couple of times every 6 months I'd get a comment or something. I'd hear from people in my wilderness class and whatnot that they really enjoyed it, but I didn't get a lot of direct feedback. Cool thing is, so far, I've been hearing from a ton of people along this trail on the videos and Instagram and things like that. So I feel like I'm getting to meet people that I wouldn't have, a lot of whom are really neat. And I mean, I've got people up ahead that are coming out to meet me, either to just bring trail magic or want to talk about my hike, which has been really cool. So far, really enjoying this. Also, after a while's passed, you tend to forget about a lot of the little indignities and bad spells you had. Like I can tell you about stuff on the PCT where I generally had foot issues and stuff like that, but the day-to-day gets lost. So it'll be kind of cool on this one to be able to look back at my own videos and go, oh yeah, that part really did suck. Well, this could be fun. Well, yeah, they're burning the next section, so I'm getting rerouted around. That's fun. So fortunately, this prescribed burn is in a small area. So they just had me walk west to a trailhead, and now I'm trying to catch the trail again. So that was an easy reroute, at least. I just had to cut west along a road, ran into another fire crew, and they sent me north along another road to get back to the trail. So no problem. And some of the guys were actually really excited to hear what I was doing. They were giving me that "you're crazy" look, but I'm used to that. I'm just glad they actually posted signs. Somebody up north ended up running like literally into a burning fire with no warning. Something new every day. So this is one of the better water sources I've seen for a while. It's actually flowing, so I think I'm going to fill up and try and drink a couple of liters here. So I was sitting there drinking my tannin water after filtering, and this guy came up, and his name's Splinter. He's doing the PCT this year. Tried it twice before. Apparently he was on the AT last year and had congestive heart failure. Got the surgery and he's coming back from it. So I gotta say, I'm a little jealous of the people who say they're doing the PCT this year, just because I loved it so much last year. And that trail just goes so easy. I mean, it's not easy doing the entire thing. You get beat up on any long hike like that, but you can pick up and go, and it's so easy to resupply, and conditions are usually pretty mild, and it's just beautiful out there. So there's the smoke from that prescribed burn I barely missed. Just a short little road walk. Okay, no loose dogs, and this is marked as a private road, but you can see the blaze going along it. This is going to get me back to the next little section of trail. Much better. So if you're popping in the background, that's gunfire from somewhere nearby. I'm dragging a little bit today. I don't know what it is. I'm a little bit bummed that that sweat rash thing is apparently occurring again, and I'm just not moving as fast as I have been the last couple of days. But I just have to get another 4.5 miles or so. Planning to stay at a Florida Trail Association camp there, and then probably be in a hotel the next night, since I want to try and get through Orlando as quickly as I can, and that'll put me about Lake Mary. We'll see. So this is the Eco River. It's going to be my water source for tonight. But I got a couple more miles. Who needs coffee when your water's already this brown, huh? Once again, a little bit of details missing from the gut hug entry. So this is the Econ campsite, which technically requires a permit that I didn't know about. Now, so did the campsite last night. So I get to the campsite and there's a sign that says, permit required, call this number. I call the number's out of service. I stayed at the last campsite like this. I got a call back this morning. It said, enjoy your night. Reservations are made through Reserve America, but all campsites are closed. So I'm going forward, 18 miles later, I'm at another campsite and it looks like it's the same deal. I look online, all it does is Reserve America refers you to that phone number that I called. And it's not like I have any other camp options. I mean, I'm in the suburbs of Orlando here, so I'm set up at the Econ campsite, and if somebody asks me to leave, I'll be really polite and figure something else out.